Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the briefing on Friday the 30th. Yeah, day of the month. Ooh, yeah, where's that gone? And surprisingly, September has been very, very good. Often when you get a really good August, September and October are just wiped out. But it's been a very, very good month. But we're certainly in for a changing weather pattern, as you can see. Position of the jet stream has changed, and it's now beginning to drive in front across us. This is the predicted midday, showing the frontal systems just off Cornwall, really, and over the Irish Sea. But I think actually the reality is they're a little bit closer than that by that time. With increasing winds, you can see the isobars are sort of beginning to tighten up in there, and certainly within the fronts, they're quite close together, quite a steep pressure gradient, and it's certainly going to get windy this evening. So that goes through, and tomorrow we're in a sort of very showery westerly flow really most of the day. And the BBC were talking about this one over the course of the weekend. They're not exactly sure where its location is going to be. It might go across the south of England, or it might miss us. Currently they're showing it sort of going across the channel. So bit of an unsettled weekend, but fingers crossed, should be flyable. TAFs, you normally know when Farnborough's got 2 or 3 lines that there's a lot going on. So the main bit of it, 210, 3 knots, yeah, light southwesterly at the moment, and that will slowly pick up as the morning goes on. So I think we're going to be set up on runway 23. It's showing fog there. We've had little bits of fog driven through, low cloud and fog coming in, but that's burning off fairly quickly. And then we're into scattered up to 2,000 feet. Yeah, I think you might see some cumulus mid to late morning, wind picking up to sort of southwesterly 13, 15 knots, and then sometime towards lunchtime, 1, 2 o'clock, the wind really does pick up as the rain actually gets here, which or anybody's guess between about sort of 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock really, and then beyond that it rains for a few hours. Fairly windy out to the west of us. Certainly Gloucester are giving, you know, late afternoon, evening time 20 gusting 35, and Gatwick are giving 18 gusting 32. So yeah, fairly breezy late evening. Upper winds, well, they're just southwesterly. At the moment it looks like about 20 knots from other forecasts, but I think by late morning it will be 25 knots at flying heights. And the sat pic shows the cloud out to the west, marching this way steadily, starting to see a bit of an influence from it now, and within that there are bands of rain and heavier rain out to the west of Wales just at the moment, and you can see those on the rainfall radar. As with any frontal system, this you could find that this, just as it gets near to us, dissipates away, and we don't get too much until the real heavy stuff here gets to us. So it's a bit of a guess really, but I would think any time after lunch we're going to start to see the influence of rain and low cloud. Temperature wise, certainly didn't feel warm this morning when I got out at the house. They're sort of saying 16 degrees. I think it may get to 15, 16 before the rain gets here, then temperatures going down again. And the same with the dew points. They're quite low to start off with, but by the time the rain gets here they'll then go back up. So certainly a chance of soaring in a small window, local soaring I suspect, but it is a very, very small window, and you can see that from the predicted ascents. That's 1 o'clock. how the lines have come together up here, thickening cloud. And by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, basically the lines are together and it's pretty horrible. So a small window of local soaring really from 11:30 onwards up till about 1, 2 o'clock. So not much hope of cross-country flying, folks, but certainly be flyable for the morning. And Top Meteo is suggesting the same sort of thing. This is the thermal forecast for 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And then you start to see when that goes up to 800, 900 meters, and Skyside is about the same. And then you start to see the rain marching in by 2, 3 o'clock and covering us. They're showing low cloud to start off with, and then picking up little bits of cumulus, but thickening up fairly quickly after that. Skyside, this sort of 12:30 height of thermals, 900 meters, and then you run it through, just like Top Meteo. There's Lasham. We're on the edge of the rain by 2 to 3 o'clock. So pretty simple forecast, really. Flyable once the mist clears a little bit, I think, and rain coming in, a little bit of local soaring maybe, but rain expected early afternoon. Okie doke. Airspace wise, fairly quiet. Usual suspects here is high intensity radio transmissions, nothing for us to be concerned about. The only one of interest is number 24, which is South Cerney, and they are now NOTAMing parachuting at various times throughout October, at about 10 days through October, from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. That's the first time they've done that in a number of years. It's been inactive for a long time. I guess someone in the military thought, oh, we must use it or lose it, so decided to do some parachuting there. It's not today, but it is tomorrow and Sunday as activity levels, and then going through October. And apart from that, really quiet on the airspace front. Operationally, we're going to go on runway 23. Setup, it'll be light winds to start off with, but I think steadily picking up during the morning, that operation, and then we'll keep an eye on the rain and hopefully stop and put the gliders away before everybody gets wet. Jet movements, the only flight plan I've got for jets is a Boeing 737 outbound at 6 o'clock tonight. I guess it's on a charter somewhere, but that may change. We'll get updated by email throughout the day to see how that goes. And that's about it really, folks. See you out there. I think we'll get the kit out as quick as possible and get going whenever we can, make the most of the small weather slot we've got.